The idea of this piece has been kind of brewing for a long time to the visitors, and the house where it's shot, Rokeby Farm in upstate New York. I was staying there the first time in 2007, and just got to know the people there, and they're fantastic. It's like this palace of Bohemia on the Hudson. And this is a really magical place because it used to belong to the Astors, and it's still in that family. So like all the artifacts and all the pianos and everything has been there for more than 100 years. So like after I stayed there the first time, I've always trying just to get excuses to go there almost. And it was always brewing. I always wanted to do something with this house. And then on the other hand, I've always been very interested in working with music as kind of as like a visual art thing, and trying to visualize the feeling of music, the feeling of making music together with my friends. The people which are in the video, the visitors, and it's like friends who I've been in bands with for many years, and also friends who are just like fantastic musicians who have, you know, we're all good friends, and it's kind of like it's like all these people have been very influential on my art creation. So in a way, it all came naturally. Like the people who are in the video are all very good friends of mine, and I also had the feeling I want to make an excuse for all of us to go to Rokeby and spend a week and make music. So the piece was almost like constructed as an excuse for the experience of doing it. And then, so it was. I think it was more arranged as the people, rather than the instrumentation or anything.
There are stars exploding around you, and there's nothing.
So the basic idea of this work is to have like a musical session, to have it visual. So like every channel is a screen, and it's sound and vision. So it was recorded in many ways like you record you record music. It's 9 channels, and everybody just had headphones to hear each other, and then we all played together at the same time, like listening to each other through the headphones. And also the fun part was that we were working for a week in the house to rehearse, and then we just had one moment because it had to be shot at sunset, and it was like crazy expensive to get all these cameras, so we just could do it one day. So it was like sunset, one day, one take, and it was like a lot of stress elements, like the canon had to be shot at the right time, because there are like these musical parts for the canon and everything. But yeah, it's also, I always love the tension of just one take.
Nothing you can do. There are stars exploding around you, and there's nothing.
So an important aspect in this in this piece is it's like the individual portraits of each musician, of each friend of mine, and it's this idea that we are all individuals, but when we come together, we create something together, and music is such a good metaphor of this, that you have to be like totally concentrated on yourself, but also concentrated on on the others. So it becomes like it becomes like the perfect society. When you're doing music, it's the greatest society.
You can do.
I really like it that it was like so much togetherness when we were doing it, but like all these shots are pretty lonesome. Everybody is very, kind of fragile and alone also, which is how we are. That's the human state. It's like it's like my dad said one Christmas. Like it's sad and beautiful to be a human being, and then it also makes this thing that we're all solo performers, and because you can go into each screen and just like concentrate on the solo performer, and then you can concentrate on the whole thing. And with the Visitors, I was writing songs from performances of Ásdís Sif Gunnarsdóttir, who's my ex-wife, and a great artist, and she was doing all those performances which kind of had this feeling, that like our marriage was breaking apart, and there were these words in her performances that really were profound and sad and full of our common defeat or something like that I was catching, and I wrote the music. I wrote the music to it without knowing that it was going to be a piece or anything. It was just like because these words just were stuck in my head, and I started writing music to it.
You protect the world from me. As if I'm the only one who's cruel. You've taken me.
Yeah, and then when I was thinking a lot about the title for the piece, and it was always called Feminine Ways, because the song is called Feminine Ways. Like, once again I fall into my feminine ways, because a lot of in this piece I'm really kind of meditating a lot like the feminine and kind of the spiritual, or what like the 21st century, the feminine century, but then it was just too blatant, and I was considering a lot what it should be called, and then I suddenly remembered like the last album of ABBA called The Visitors, and I'm a big fan of ABBA, and because ABBA is this really bubblegum sounding pop group that has like this super serious, dark background, like of relationships and struggling with their lives, and then making pop music out of it. And their last album, The Visitors, they even on the cover they're like in a big mansion, like almost like statues, and I just thought it was a very appropriate title, and also like a nod to ABBA, because they really inspire me a lot, and also like the Visitors album is also all about divorce, and like then this piece was kind of related to that feeling, yeah, like something really kind of a period in one's life ending, yeah. Yeah, it's been like the Dieter Roth family and my family have kind of collided for many years, since the 50s. So like my grandfather and Dieter Roth became friends when Dieter Roth first came to Iceland, and then they were always friends. And Dieter Roth just he revolutionized Icelandic art, because he just brought kind of the Fluxus spirit into Icelandic art. So everything I do is very inspired by the presence of the Dieter Roth thing, the Dieter Roth mojo or something, and also this idea of collaboration and family and kind of and just doing things together to create some energy, that the energy is more important than the actual object, but then the object becomes important because of the energy in it, and yeah, it's like the Dieter Roth method is very important in my art, and therefore I think it's really cool that the Visitors is being shown here, and then the Dieter Björn show, it's very different aesthetics, but you can really, like when you look deeper, you can really see that I'm a disciple of the show in the other room.